Hello. How are you guys doing? Hello, Mom. Hello, Stephanie. How are you guys doing? I'm not going to be on for terrible long. Um, but I decided to come on before I go home. I had to run to town to get just a minute. I had to run to town to get some antibiotics for Dewey, and I just wish they would have done it yesterday. He's having problems with his toothache, and they should have called it in yesterday, but it's what it is. So I came in to get it today, and I thought I might be at home by 4:15, but it's not. I thought, well, no, just gonna get the stuff and go online and then go live for a little bit and then go home. So I don't have really nothing with me, except I do have a hat that I brought with me. I wore it one time about a week ago or so. But I think you guys might have seen it already. But yeah. So I'm just here to chat. Yesterday I went to urgent care. Guy had some problems. I had to get checked out. And it's problems that it could have really ended up bad if I just put it off. And I put stuff off too long, almost too long before, and I didn't have really good results. I mean, it was a good result. I mean, I'm still alive, but yeah. So the stuff that's going on might be partly maybe why I'm not feeling the greatest. Who knows? But anyways. So I mean, doing pretty good. I can't complain too much, except, you know, sometimes, I'm sitting here and kind of watching the traffic, trying not to watch the traffic, but yeah. Um, People that are coming in later or rewatch this, give me the thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care. I mean, but I've already said I'm boring. What do you mean, Mom? I'm like my dad. Oh yeah, putting stuff off. Yeah, well, 5 years ago, when I started shivering up a storm and I checked my fever, well, I didn't really have that terrible high fever, but when I was shivering up a storm, I knew something was really wrong and I had to get help. But I didn't want to wait this time because, yeah. But I already, said that I'm boring. I'm like, I should stop saying that because I've watched other people and they are like, well, I'm sorry, I'm boring or whatever. And I'm like, actually, to think about it, yes, it's maybe boring to you, to me, because I know all about it and I'm living it. But most times, people don't know what's going on. And even if it's quote unquote boring to you, might not be boring for other people. So I'm going to try to watch that I don't say that. I certainly don't mean to be boring. and I don't plan on being boring. But yeah. And of course, we're our biggest critics of you know ourselves. Like last Friday, we had a doctor's appointment, and I was so afraid to go. I was afraid the doctor would yell at me, and which is completely silly because I'm not going to say some doctors would yell at you, but he didn't even really talk about what I was afraid he would talk about, and which was a kind of new patient because I've seen him before, but not uh, as a patient. I think I was sick or something. But anyways, that's beside the point. So yeah, I'm glad I did go. Like somebody said, at least you went and got it going, and that's how. And I wish I would have known yesterday what I did yesterday, last Friday, but we're not always on top of everything. But anyhow, so how are you guys doing? And I hope you guys can hear me. Um, I don't have my mic with me and nothing like that. But yeah, I do want to. Oh my goodness. Let's see if. Oh, now he flew away. Uh, a birdie came and sat um on my uh, radio antenna. It was sitting there sideways. It was clasped. But I've never seen it that way. That was neat. I was going to see if I could turn the camera and you could see it, but he flew away. Good. So yeah, that was neat. It was likely a starling or something, but sparrow or something, but that was neat. Um, yeah, I don't. I've been crocheting the last while, somewhat. I mean, some days it's just. I just wish I could stay awake longer. Guys, start crocheting, and the blanket I'm doing is, well, as white as a blanket, of course, but just to go from one to the other, I start falling asleep, and it's like, it's horrible. But maybe after I start feeling a lot better, I can stay awake better. Yeah, it says there's 4 people here, so which last while that's how many people that have been coming in. And maybe one is Dewey and one is maybe Laura, I don't know. But yeah. So I won't be on terrible long today. Thank you, Stephanie. But I already set a notice for next week. Yeah, so yeah. So has anything uh funny happened or anything interesting happened to you guys over the last week or two? Well, I wasn't live last week. Why wasn't I live? Oh, I know why. Dewey had a telehealth or a video chat with his doctor. That was 2 something, and actually, with everything, I mean, it went on and on. I don't think he got done until after almost 4. It was crazy, but Then I thought my sister was going to come and visit me, but yeah, um, I I know how it is. I mean, sometimes you just don't get everything done, and so I wasn't let nobody let me know that she wasn't coming, and which it was fine, but was waiting for her and stuff. So yeah, that's why partly why I didn't go live, because I thought, well, if she's there, she'll want to talk and stuff, and I don't want to say, well, Miriam, I'm going to go live. We can't talk right now. And that she would have been kind of irked, and I would have been too if I would have been her. So I'm like, yeah. Although it was kind of late when I didn't put a notice on that I'm not going live, so I guess you guys likely could figure it out that I wasn't going live, but anyhow. So yeah, I still have a couple videos to edit and put on, which guess it's okay if some are kind of old, but I mean, it happened in the last several months. The one is about Simon Says products, but I thought, well, I'll hold off because Liz, she's the soap maker. She hurt her back, but then I'm like, well, that's kind of silly because I don't have that many people. Yeah, Mom, and that many people on my channel. So yeah, so I'll probably try to edit that soon and get it up. I need to just man, that car looked almost, now it was different car, about this color of Lars' old car, but anyways, yeah. So I just need to get back to making videos, which I do want to do next week or two. I want to get my little containers ready for my garden. Want to get several plants this year and get it ready, for plants and stuff. I have some seeds from last year that I think it might be good. I'm going to plant them. If they don't come up, so be it. But I do want to get some tomatoes and cucumbers and maybe squash plant or two, and maybe even plant some watermelon. I don't know how it'll, um, how it'll turn out. Last time I did tomatoes, I had one cherry tomatoes, which I do want plant or two of that. But then I had purple Cherokee and beefsteak or something, and I really didn't get no tomatoes out of it. I mean, I had one that was really growing nicely and was waiting for it to ripen, and all of a sudden it disappeared. So I don't know if, I'm sure it was some kind of animal that came along and just decided, hey, there's a nice tomato, and it must be yummy, and they took off with it. So yeah. Yeah, how are you guys' weather doing? Here is beautiful. It's nice and sunny. It's 60 something. Which last weekend was cold again, and yeah, it's crazy. I'm looking forward not to be going into the freezing anymore. But yeah, just the fact that if this is a horrible camera angle, isn't it? Well, oh well, I'm here. Yeah, that is so funny. Um, um, it was my niece. Um, her aunt, one of her other aunts, she was saying that the deer was eating her plants and stuff, and Amy is like, well, you should put a sign out, do not eat. And Holly was like, well, I don't think deer can eat. They never learn to read. And Amy is like, yeah, I don't think they can. Something about, I don't remember. What did she say? Something about their eyesight being bad or something. But it was hilarious. It was funny. But I did think about putting like a small fence around it. I don't know. But if nothing else, it'll get me out of the house and do some stuff instead of just, oh, there's a cup being blown out around out there. That's why I heard. But yeah, it'll get me to get out and do something instead of just sitting in the house and crocheting and stuff, which crocheting is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah. So, and that was funny of how Amy said, well, yeah, that is what she said. They need to get their eyes checked. uh, I love Amy. I mean, you never know what she thinks of. So, yeah. It was funny when I was reading that post. It was like, I'm like, oh, I know that little girl. Yep. So maybe next week I'll have a little bit more people here because I did, like I said, I scheduled it for next week already. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Which this week I figured I'd go live. Well, at first, Dewey had an appointment with the dentist. Hi, Susan. Yeah, I did get out. I had to go get some medicine for Dewey, and wish it would have been yesterday. I could have picked it up with my medicine, but that's how life goes. I mean, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, he had an appointment today, which I kind of thought was crazy because when he was at the dentist just about 3 weeks ago, she said if you start having pain, to call in and they'll send a prescription in for him. Well, we called last Friday, which they didn't have. The dentist wasn't in. She said, well, you'll have to come back. And I'm like, well, it was the receptionist. She didn't really know. So they made it for today. Then Monday, Dewey called back for some reason. And then they rescheduled it for Tuesday. And as they said, the dentist wasn't in that day. She was out sick. So Tuesday morning we got up and we're getting ready to go to his appointment. And then he gets a message that that it was canceled because the dentist was still out sick. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm thinking she was maybe out yesterday too, sick, and today she was finally back. But yeah. So anyhow, I'm going to likely be on for about 10 more minutes and then I'm going to get off of here. But I thought about doing it later today at night, coming in and getting the stuff, but I decided I'll come to right now. But I was hoping to be back home by 4:15, and Dewey's like, "You're not going to make it." I'm like, "Oh, I bet I can." Well, took a little bit at the pharmacy. I mean, it was a row, not row, well, yeah, there was a row of cars, line of cars, but, and so, yeah. Then I just decided I'll just come on live here in the car, and I don't have much to show you guys yet. I don't have it really with me, but next week I can show. So I'm pretty well just crocheting on the blanket. I do kind of want to, I know I shouldn't, but I'd like to start another blanket for a baby blanket that I'm going to make for somebody. But I'm, yeah, I know, especially if, yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have you on board, Susan. Um, so I may start the next blanket too, which I started a hat for Amy, a cotton hat for the summer, but I ended up taking it all apart. I'm gonna likely just do a simple. Well, not gonna do terrible much. I mean, fancy stitches, or like I was thinking about putting braids in, but don't think I will do it because it's 3-weight, which it would be look completely fine in 3-weight, but I decide I'm just going to make it simple and yeah, go from there. And I do want to make some more yeah, some more hats. And which, Mom, I thought, well, yeah, I thought maybe I should teach you how to make hats, because then you can make a hat and finish it maybe a couple days instead of working on the blanket forever. But anyways, it's not really hard to make a simple hat, at least. Oh man, my hand is getting, yeah, she was like texting me, like, there's 3 people here. Well, I had checked in, and that's why I sent the message. I was going to be here in a moment because I knew I wanted to pick the stuff up and park. So, and my nose was itchy. So, yeah. So I'll be working on that blanket more. And I might make another couple hats, but sometimes you just need to take a break from one thing instead of working on just one thing. Hi, Lana. How are you doing? I'm not at home, Lana. I came to town, and I'm likely going to be on for about 5 more minutes unless people just start coming in. And I mean, yeah. But yeah, what's going to, like I told the others, I was going to try to be at home by 4:15, but I thought I wasn't going to make it, so I decided, hey, I'm just going to go live and from here, and then I'll go home after I'm finished here. So I don't have nothing to show you except my pretty face. And yes, but you can save them up for, and I mean, winter is coming again. I mean, I don't even like to think about it, but I mean, I know summer and stuff is all coming, but winter will eventually come back around. And yeah, yes, we do love our village friends. And what she's talking about is the um village from Simon Says Farms, the goat farm. The people that come in there, they uh they call, we're villagers if we come in there. Which, Mom, you were there one time, so you're a villager too. I know you don't come in, but all right, Susan, I understand. You go and take care of your husband, and I'll see you around again. I know you are, Mom. But you know, one thing about making a hat, it's not so big. Although, um, actually, Bonnie tagged me in a post that once a blanket gets so big, you know, it, it's so warm and stuff. Well, get a bag, like a mesh bag or something, that, like a laundry bag or something, and put the blanket in there, except for the um, the end that you're working on. It keeps it more compact and off of you. I thought that was a brilliant idea, because unless you want to stay warm, the blanket does keep you warm. That is true. But yeah, so yeah, especially understand with Susan. She helps with her husband. I think her husband, yeah, well, it's here or there. Whether she's his caregiver or just his wife. I mean, sometimes, oh no, oh, I'm still here. And sometimes, I mean, sometimes husbands need their wives. So anyhow, so Mom, do you think I could grow some watermelon this year? Maybe if I get it in quick enough, right? Well, it's almost 30 minutes. I had told Dewey 15 to 20, 30 minutes, whatever. So, yeah. So, guys, if you guys come in late, you guys want to go back and um rewatch this. This is going to be here. That was a bee or something. But yeah, That was not really good. Do not really like bees that well. I mean, as long as they stay away from me and don't sting me, that's fine. But, some bees are temperamental. So, yeah, well, I'm going to go, I believe. Thank you guys for dropping by. And I'll be here next week, hopefully. And you guys keep looking up to Jesus. Jesus is worth it all. He's worth it. I mean, this world is, I'm not even going to start it, but it is in control. And yes, I love you. And Jesus loves you a lot more. Thank you. Bye. Oh dear.